What's up, peeps? Have you guys noticed that everybody in Warzone 2.0 is using this scope specifically for the RPK? So today we're going to be figuring out, is there anything special with this scope? Like, does it give you less recoil than the other 1x scopes? Well, all that will be tested in today's video. And as well, special shout out to my newest members who give me a huge extra support to the channel. And you can become one for as low as 99 cents a month. Link is in the description. So we're going to be testing 6 different scopes, which I believe are the most popular as of right now in Warzone 2.0, and also the cleanest one. The first one is just going to be with iron sight, nothing added. And then also the first difference between all of them, again, based on sim.gg, which is the website that gives you the stats and all that. Based on their findings, the first scopes right here, which are the cleanest ones, all these red dots and all these sort of things, this one just adds 10 milliseconds extra to your ADS. But now the other ones that are a little bit fatter, like the AIMO PV4, the Monaco, all these ones right here give you 20 milliseconds extra. So just 10 milliseconds more compared to the first one. And then the other one, which is a very popular scope, I mean, all the holo sights and all that, and also a very popular one right now, the SZ holotherm. This one gives you 30 milliseconds extra. So again, not that big of a difference between these, but just do be aware, the fatter the scope, you will have to add that 10 milliseconds extra, so you'll be a little bit slower with the ADS. So first of all, let's just get our baseline, which is going to be the RPK with no attachments except the 30 round mag, but again, no sight or anything on this. So let's go ahead and blast off. The next one is going to be one that was pretty popular in the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, the Cronin Mini Pro. And this is the only one that gives you that blue dot on your sight. So let's go ahead and test it out. 10 meters out, blast off. Next up, we're going to be using the first scope that you can actually use in the game, which is the Slimline Pro. And it's actually a pretty clean scope. But again, this will have a red dot, not a blue dot. Now we're going to be testing the most popular one right now, the AIM OPV4. Let's go ahead and blast off. Now this next one is one of my personal favorites. It is the Monaco CT90. It is one of the cleanest scopes in the game as well. Now, next up, let's go with one that is picking up a little bit of word of the street. That's going to be the SZ holotherm. This is going to be a holo sight with a thermal identification in the scope. Let's go ahead and aim in. As you guys can see, this one is definitely a little bit more zoomed in than the other ones. Let's go ahead and blast off. So now let's take a look at what we have. We can see that the first 3 are pretty similar again. So really no differential in recoil as well. Do remember that not every single recoil pattern is the same, right? So like a sight could not actually be affecting the recoil pattern in this, but again, not every recoil pattern is going to be exactly the same. But we can definitely tell that the first 4 were a little bit straighter than the last 2. Like for example, the Monocle and the SZ holotherm seem to have a little bit more curve to the left, right? Especially the Monocle one compared to the OPV4. But now after looking at these, we're going to go with a more real life scenario test. I'm going to be shooting a target a bit far away and trying to control the recoil now with what I believe are the top 3 sights. So now we're going to be doing about a 21 meter test again right on this line. And I'm going to be using the 3 different types of scope. I'm going to be using the first one's going to be the AIM OPV4, then I'm going to use the Monocle, and then the SZ. But now I'm actually going to try to control the recoil. And this is, we're going to be able to see if it's just the visual recoil, and if visual recoil actually does help you to control that. So let's go ahead and blast off on the top part first. And again, we're going to be doing 2 tests on this one just to make it a little bit more accurate. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, let's move on with the Monocle. Let's go with the last one, the SZ holotherm. Make sure that we are 21 meters away, and let's blast off. So this one does definitely seem to have a lot more visual recoil. Again, probably because of the fact that it is a little bit more zoomed in. Now let's go ahead and check the results. So definitely on this one, being a little bit more zoomed in, especially on the second round of burst there, the bullets were a little bit further away from each other. It definitely did seem that the first two, like the monocle and the OP, were actually pretty similar in terms of just visual recoil and recoil compared to the other ones. So as of right now, if you were to use a sight, I would definitely recommend the monocle 100%. And the main reason is because if the recoil is the same, the visual recoil is the same, you get significantly better visibility with a monocle. I mean, I just feel that the OP is just super tiny and it blocks your view. And I don't know, I just don't feel as clean at all. So as part of the cleanest scope, definitely go with the monocle. Now, next up, yes, with the SZ, you're going to have a little bit worse recoil control because it's going to be a little bit more zoomed in. So there's going to be a little bit more visual recoil. But obviously, if you are using that scope in pair with smokes right now, which is a very overpowered tactic, then you may overcome that a little bit extra recoil that you get. So if you are definitely going to be pairing that up with smokes and you want that, again, a lot of people are running smokes, I definitely suggest you running the SZ. But if you don't want to do any of that, then I would definitely suggest you run the monocle over the other one, the OPV4. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys thought. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.